gamers. I guess it goes to show how much of an airhead I was. I accidentally hit stream instead of record. Anyway. Sorry for that empty pause. Just letting the people know I wasn't actually meant to be streaming. Anyways. March has been hectic for Meow. A lot of crazy things going on. Feeling sick. Like physically ill. Yada yada. And I've been doing a good job of writing down the games I've been playing too well, I don't feel like. Though for the past few weeks I have mostly been playing only a few things. So let's get to it. Slitterhead. Harder than I thought it was going to be. Like the tutorial was pretty easy, which you know, tutorial is always going to be easy in a game. But they really take the gloves off right away. It's an interesting game, though. Don't know why I just can't seem to, like, want to sit down and play it too much. It's not bad or anything. I like it. I think it has something more to do with me than with the game. Terraria. I'd be honest, man. I don't even remember what I was doing in Terraria. Again, it's been a very, very, very crazy month. It feels like it's... I thought it was going to be May in a few days. No, we're not even in April yet. It's March, man. It's March! Randos. Yes, this has been going on for the majority of the month, or when I have been doing gameplay. Been getting back into doing randos again, doing various things, trying out new ones as well, and I'm getting my EML prepared for April. Is I'm going to be hosting a new async for that. And I've got all sorts of crazy things. Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, I did Fallout New Vegas survival mode streams throughout the month. Man, it really does feel like it's been a lot longer than a month, man. I tell you. I have to say, the Vault 13 flask, I think people call it pre-order DLC, even though it comes with the Gotti. It really trivializes it, I feel. You basically don't need to worry about water ever. Not that you really need to worry about water in the first place. You can eat, like, you can survive off of prickly pear and coffee. You never need to eat anything else, drink anything else, never need to sleep. The survival mode is kind of a joke in a way. And that's not to say you can't make it even more of a joke by by using the Them's Good Eatin's perk, which makes the game a joke altogether because that perk is by far overpowered. That's a perk that I purposely choose not to get because it makes the game pretty much, there's no real point in playing anymore. You won. Why is it so strong? What the perk does is it makes it to where anything you kill, I think except for robots, which you're not fighting a huge ton of those throughout the game, it'll drop either blood sausage or thin red paste most of the time. They heal a lot. You can turn them into even better healing items. They sell for a butt ton, and they weigh not nothing, but close to it. Like fractions of pounds. So if you're trying to min-max your inventory for selling stuff, there's no real point in carrying anything else other than a billion pounds of blood sausage with you. Yes, you'll be able to sell that pretty much anywhere to get whatever you want. Makes it a real joke, as I've said like a billion times now. And that's why I don't use it. In that playthrough, I was using a katana. Of course, I'm having to wear the fedora. And I make the wasteland taste my thousand-fold Nippon steel. It kind of got dull after a while, though. It's not really... New Vegas is such a great game. But, like, once you've gotten... Like, once you know how to play it, it starts becoming less interesting. Not that I don't feel interest in playing it, because I do. I like the game. There's a lot of stuff I'm still discovering to this day. Like, I didn't even know the Enclave armor was in the game until, like, my previous playthrough, when I happened to stumble across the helmet. And then it took me forever to find the power armor. It's a cool game, but like it's not actually that long, I guess you could say. Like, even with me not quick traveling across the game, because that's one of the self-imposed challenges, was not fast traveling without a good reason, I suppose. Like, there was a time where just like approaching this one area would just crash the game consistently. Don't know what was about it. It eventually fixed itself later, but I'd have to quick travel to get between a couple spots until it was fixed. That's a good game. Unlike Fallout 4, which I tormented myself with again. I was trying to clean up some achievements, but of course the game just fucking breaks, and like I just like throw in the towel. I hate how it just keeps breaking. I'm not even trying to break the game. That's the thing that gets me. It's like the degradation of Bethesda games. Like, the signs were there as far back as at least Oblivion. But, like, we just brush it off as like, oh, it's silly. Silly Bethesda. The physics tweaking out again. In Skyrim, it's like, oh yeah, some wacky things, like I paralyze a guy that's on a hill, he goes rolling down, and then he starts spinning like a Beyblade and flying off into the horizon. That's just Skyrim. Then we get to Fallout 4, and it's just like, yeah, this quest, can't progress it. Why? It just doesn't work. And that wasn't an intentional Toddism joke. But it does stand. The game will just not work. And in the one time I ever did like a real complete playthrough, I had to use the console command so many times to try to fix the game, and even then, sometimes things were just plain unfixable no matter what you did. It's frankly insulting, and I know it only gets worse with each iteration afterwards. Fallout 76, Starfield, well, that's a whole other can of worms in itself. I haven't got those games, and you may go, hey Meowskovich, why are you complaining about those games if you haven't played them? Guys, you don't need to taste shit to know it's shit. You can see it on the ground. It's steaming. It stinks. I might be morbidly curious and want to dissect that turd out of morbid curiosity to see if there's anything of quality within, but by the constant spew of diarrhea coming out of Bethesda's rear, I'm highly doubting it. And Elder Scrolls 6, oh boy, that's going to be an atrocious game. I can only feel like it's going to be what finally kills Bethesda. And it's not because I want to be negative. It's because Bethesda's heading that way, and as much as I'm like, you can turn it around. You can turn it around right now. Buckle down on these issues, these criticisms your games are getting. Like, people like to blame the engine. That's not the real problem. It's everything else. That's the real issue. The engine, being screwy as it is still workable. Can be seen with Fallout London, which is another game I played for a brief moment. I don't really know why I listed it here. All I really did was just look around the tennis museum in the game, and I found a baseball pitching gun, but that was it. I wasn't in the mood to play through it. Anyways, Bethesda's constant disappointment. It's yeah, you're hearing a lot of background sounds because I have Skyrim pulled up right now. We'll get to that in a bit. I also have people joining in the Discord call. I honestly wasn't sure I was going to be recording this today, to be honest. I was thinking maybe tomorrow, but tomorrow's a busy day already. The reason why I wasn't going to record today, not necessarily because the month's been hectic, but because I was like up all night. How do I put this without being overly gross? Removing the contents of my stomach repeatedly. So yeah, I'm not feeling too hot. Anyways, Bethesda being bad. What is my evidence? If you look at the recent interviews with Todd, you can tell things are very bad. The DLSS 5 controversy coming out and people being like, why would anyone like this? It's just a Yassify AI filter. But Todd is like, oh yeah, baby, I can't wait! And it's just like, Todd, read the room. Nobody liked it. Except for him, apparently. I don't know what's wrong with him now. He doesn't seem to understand why his games were beloved up through Skyrim. And Fallout 4 has gotten way too much praise for even what it's got, even though it has a somewhat negative view by a lot of people. It has been a bad time watching him. And he's like, oh yeah, this, that, other thing. I don't know, I'm dribbling on. Best I can say is, look at his recent interviews. Let's see. It's actually been someone drawn out. That's the channel. He also has drawn out notes, which are smaller videos. He's been doing some pretty great analysis of things, especially Fallout, but things in general, about how things keep getting shitified as the word has come into existence with. But yeah, there's also like things like people that are failing upwards. Like the guy that wrote for Dragon Age Veilguard is now the lead quest designer of Elder Scrolls 6. The guy that was promised the job of being like the producer for Elder Scrolls 6 left because Todd said, oh no, we changed our mind. Sorry. But do you want to stay around to be a meaningless side quest role? And the guy's like, no. And left. They've lost pretty much everyone that has really knows the creation engine that built it up and whatnot. And that's part of the reason why their games are continually getting worse. And I'm not just talking like quest quality and all that, I'm talking like stability wise worse. Like how Fallout 4 and Starfield, going to ignore 76 since it's an MMO, but like Fallout 4 and Starfield have literal minutes long load times because the game engine is not optimized and people don't know what they're doing. They're just flying by the seat of their fucking pants. And which is not always the worst thing, but like when it comes to something that you're trying to sell for like $90+, let's see, what is Starfield running for? Starfield. Oh, they dropped the price? Let's see, is there news about this? Because this was $90 before. Now it's 70. If you want the full game, that is. If you want the base game, it's 50. Okay, let's see. What is this premium edition upgrade? It gives you 1,000 Creation Club credits. Oh boy. Constellation Skin Pack. Access to digital extras. Sorry, my stomach is still not doing good. And the game's still mixed reviews. Recently posted today, the Rat King says, "Kill Todd Howard." Okay. It's not Todd's fault entirely. He's... How can I put this? Let's get political for a second. It's like Donald Trump. He's not the cause of the problem. He's a symptom. Todd, as much as I am, like, pointing at him for a lot of my complaints for him. And it's funny that this gaming diary has become more of a complaint about Bethesda video than it has actually become a real game diary video. But I guess it's the thing that's on the mind at the moment, especially with his constant interviews and everything going on. Them going, oh yeah, we're basically, we're scrapping a lot of plans we have for Starfield. Oh, you wanted 2 full DLCs? Fuck you. Haha! Thanks for the money, chumps. Anyway, he's a figurehead. He's not actively involved in making the games anymore. That said, they are wearing their... They keep showing more... Man, I'm tripping over my words. How can I best put this? As I said before, the downward trend of the games has been going on since at least Oblivion, where they try to trim things out, simplify it more, try to make it more palatable to the general audience, and losing sight of why do people like their games. Like, most people can tell you that the things that they like most about Bethesda games is how they can get immersed in these wide open worlds where no matter where you choose to go, you're going to stumble upon something, and that's pretty cool. It's a big, wide adventure. And even as shallow as Fallout 4 was, there's still fun exploring, you know? Even though everything is just looter-shooter, randomized, generated slop in the game. It's even worse with Starfield, where they don't even have a built world anymore. There's nothing to explore. It's a game for nobody. Because they have been further and furthermore wanting to get into their Radiant system. To the point now where they want the game to be generated. Which is why, with the AI slop filter, Todd is jizzing himself because he just wants the games to be generated. He doesn't care about making art anymore. He doesn't care about making a believable world. He just wants a generated world. And it's translating into the work culture, and it's... I'm going to end it here because this is far bigger than I can get into. At least what I'm willing to get into. I've already prattled on long enough. So let's go on to... I'll sort of rapid fire off games I've been doing for Rando, then I'll talk about Skyrim. So, Rando, I've been doing Banjo-Tooie, Donkey Kong 64, Luigi's Mansion. I plan on doing Metroid Prime sometime soon, which, yeah, I've played Prime Rando a ton, but this is for Archipelago specifically. I'm needing to test it out. Minish Cap. Pretty sure I played Mario 64 Rando sometime recently for the heck of it. I can't recall anything else. Skyrim. Been playing modded Skyrim. Played Skyrim together. It was neat, but easily broken. We found out the hard way that the party leader has to be the one to accept quests, take key items, do quest stuff, and if a person's like not connected while everything's going on, they kind of get like left behind. The world breaks for them. It's I know this is free and whatnot, but man, it needs work. After everything fell apart and one of the players' inventories got deleted, much to our dismay. Come on, brain work. We went off and started doing our own single players. I've tested out 3 mods on my own. One is a mod that just simply turns the Stones of Baron Zaya into Maxwell Cat. 2. There's a fishing overhaul. It stinks. Do not recommend. Finally, Judicator mods. What's Adjudicator? No, it's Ordinator. Ordinator mods of Skyrim. That has been goated. 5 stars. Do recommend. Very cool. It greatly expands every single skill tree and gives some interesting build varieties. Which leads me to a thought that I believe in the most recent video Jonah has done has actually been touched on, that I was actually been mulling on for a while now. It's that with each iteration of Bethesda's games, they keep removing more and more opportunities to fail. They are terrified of letting the player fail through their choices and being locked out of stuff. They want players to do everything on one character. They discourage, basically, starting all over again. They just want you to play one guy forever. And it's kind of lame. Like, the choices in Skyrim are so few, and the opportunity to, like, fail a quest is so rare that it gives me a whiplash when it does happen. Like, there's this one quest to get the unique spell Flaming Familiar. The lady in the quest, she can actually die, and it fails the quest, and then you'll just be locked out of getting that spell forever. It's not like a great spell or anything, but it sent me for a loop when I was fighting the boss just before completing the quest for her, and she just gets smoked, and I'm just like, whoa, okay. She doesn't have the book on her or anything. It just doesn't exist unless you complete the quest. And like the vampire DLC, Dawn Guard, I think is one of the only times in the game you can actually choose a faction in quotation marks. If you choose the vampires, you're an absolute dipshit. There's no benefit. There are like a couple of rings and amulets you can get that will boost specific things with Vampire Lord form, but they're terrible for one, and two, it feels like an afterthought. There's no real reason to choose the vampires, because you'll just be going along, and then all of a sudden Serena comes up to you and goes, "Hey, let's betray my dad." Okay. You can't say no or anything, you just have to go along with it. And then even at the end, it's like, let's just give the bow to Harkin. And she's like, no! You walk in there and he just like, oh! You have betrayed me by bringing me what I wanted. Die! And that's that. It ends the same for no real reason. But if you join the Dawn Guard, you get access to things like you can get armored trolls as minions. You can you can get schematics to craft crossbows, reinforced crossbows, dwarven crossbows, and reinforced dwarven crossbows, as well as the bolts, steel bolts and dwarven bolts, and explosive variants of them that do fire, ice, or electric damage. And you get access to unique spells like the Sun Flame spell, where you shoot out a ball of sunlight that specifically can only damage undead, but it's not great, but it's unique. Vampires don't get anything unique. They clearly did not care to have you join the vampires, even though they gave you the choice. It's just half-baked, and that sort of thing just gets worse in Starfield, you're not even allowed to even think about being bad anymore. It makes all your teammates sad. And it's crazy. It said Skyrim. Some people say Skyrim is a bad game. I don't. I think it's good. It's got its problems, yeah. The role-playing is pretty limited. But there's at least some. Fallout 4 doesn't have any role-playing. They did this stupid... Well, Emil Pagliarillo, the writer and producer for the current Fallout games, he's an absolute dipshit. He has a very narrow worldview. He has, like, no real... He has no original thoughts. Let's just put it that way. Everything he does, he copies from something else. So, the reason that there's the 4 dialogue thing from, Mass Effect games. He just copied it from Mass Effect because he thought it was cool. He didn't really think it through, though. It's hard for him to think anything, really. But it's the reason why all the things just say yes, no, sarcastic, and sometimes ask question. And it all is just yes, yes but sarcastic, no but actually yes, and yes but slightly different. It is because they just can't comprehend anything anymore. And they keep putting this guy... He keeps failing upwards is the best thing to do it. There's this trend in a lot of media lately, really, of people failing upwards, people being raised above their station when they clearly do not show the aptitude. And yet they keep going. And then they get told, hey, you're the best, by people in the company. And then it's just a vicious feedback loop, so that when criticism comes in, they just go and dismiss it as, oh, those are just haters, ignore them. And so they just huff their own farts, and we get Starfield, and soon we'll be getting, I say soon, with quotation marks there, in 2028 or 2029 we'll be getting Elder Scrolls 6, and it's going to be an absolute nightmare. Anyway, shout out to the channel Drawn Out. Go watch their videos, it's pretty cool. Bye!